For most of modern fast food history, KFC was untouchable. Not just the biggest fried chicken brand. For a long time, it was one of the biggest restaurant chains of any kind in the United States. Popeyes wasn't competition. It was background noise. And that's exactly why what happened next matters. In recent years, Popeyes quietly overtook KFC in U.S. sales. With fewer stores. That's not a marketing win. That's a structural win. It means something inside the business model shifted. This story isn't about whose chicken tastes better. It's about how one company protected its past, while the other redesigned for the present. Let's start where the paths split. KFC was built for scale from day one. Colonel Sanders didn't just create a recipe. He created a system that could be copied again and again. Same chicken, same process, same experience. That system worked incredibly well. By the time Popeyes showed up in the 1970s, KFC was already everywhere. And that's where the advantage slowly turned into a problem. When you're everywhere, change becomes expensive. Every menu update has to work across thousands of stores. Every operational shift affects training, supply chains, and speed. Every experiment carries real downside risk. Scale gives you power, but it takes away flexibility. Popeyes didn't have that constraint. For most of its life, Popeyes was smaller, regional, and less polished. That looked like weakness. In reality, it gave them freedom. Freedom to test. Freedom to change. Freedom to focus on fewer things and do them better. Now let's talk about product, because this is where the gap really opened. KFC built its identity on bone-in fried chicken. That product is hard to scale efficiently. It takes longer to prepare. Quality varies store to store. It's slower to serve. For decades, that didn't matter because people were willing to wait. But fast food behavior changed. People started eating on the go, in cars, between meetings, between errands. The chicken sandwich quietly became the dominant format. Chick-fil-A proved that. Popeyes saw it early. They didn't treat the sandwich as an add-on. They treated it as a reset. When Popeyes launched its chicken sandwich, it wasn't just a product launch. It was a system decision. Faster prep, higher margins, easier consistency, better repeat orders. One product simplified the entire operation. KFC reacted, but reactions are different from redesigns. They launched multiple sandwiches, ran big campaigns, tried to modernize the message, but the core model stayed the same. They were protecting the legacy while trying to chase the future. Now look at branding, not logos, not slogans, but positioning. KFC is tied to Colonel Sanders. That character represents tradition, heritage, and nostalgia. That's powerful until the market stops caring about tradition. Popeyes isn't tied to a character. It's tied to flavor and attitude. Louisiana, spice, boldness. That positioning ages better. It doesn't need explaining. It doesn't need defending. It just dares you to try it. Marketing followed the same logic. KFC explains why it's still relevant. Popeyes acts like relevance is assumed. Confidence changes perception. Now let's talk about ownership, because incentives matter. KFC is part of Yum Brands, a massive global portfolio. That brings scale, resources, and protection, but also layers of decision-making. Risk is managed carefully. Changes move slowly. Consistency matters more than speed. Popeyes sits under Restaurant Brands International. That group is ruthless about performance per store. Sales per location matter more than store count. Momentum matters more than legacy. Different owners create different priorities. That's why Popeyes can push fewer stores harder, while KFC spreads volume across more locations. And that difference shows up clearly in the numbers. Popeyes makes more money per restaurant. KFC has more restaurants. Depth versus reach. In today's market, depth is winning. Now zoom out. Internationally, KFC is still massive. China alone keeps the brand dominant globally. That global success cushions domestic weakness. Popeyes doesn't have that safety net. They have to win where they compete. Urgency sharpens execution. That's the final piece most people miss. Popeyes wasn't trying to beat KFC everywhere. They were trying to win one market decisively. KFC, meanwhile, was defending a global empire. One was hunting, the other was managing. Neither approach is wrong, but only one thrives when consumer habits shift fast. Here's the real lesson. KFC didn't lose. because Popeyes made better ads. They lost ground because Popeyes made clearer decisions, clearer product focus, clearer positioning, clearer operational priorities. What made KFC unstoppable also made it slower to adapt. And that's the founder-level insight. Scale protects you until it traps you. If this kind of breakdown helps you see businesses differently, like the video and subscribe to Founder Decisions. We don't talk about brands. We talk about the decisions that decide who wins.